Alright, so, welcome back to another Patreon request, and as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head over to my Patreon, hit the third tier. That'll allow you to send me Patreon requests to do here on YouTube. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this, and let's get started. So our first Patreon request today comes from Luke Morehouse, who, one of his first Patreon requests was Danny Phantom and Hazbin Hotel. Well, he asked me not too long ago to do a remake of that Patreon request. So here we are with Danny Phantom, Hazbin Hotel. I guess you could call it the remaster. So, let's get started. So the story begins with Danny basically, he's just kind of like in bed. He has had a long night. He has gotten his ass kicked. He's been fighting ghosts and monsters all day long, and now he's just, he's just like, I need to just stop and sleep. I am in dire need of, like, just sleep. So he lays down, but as he does, he hears something off somewhere in the house. Like, he hears, like, static and voices coming from the house. And what it is that he gets up because he thinks it's, oh god, the TV or something. So he gets up, walks down there, and there's static coming from an old radio. And Danny, like, is curious about it. His ghost sense isn't going off, but he's like, this could be still Technus, this could be someone new. I don't know. So I'm gonna see how this goes with and play it by ear. Like, I'm gonna genuinely play it by ear and see what happens next. So, from there, Danny, like, tentatively reaches out, touches the radio, and he's hearing, like, a voice on the other side. And that voice is basically saying, hello? Hello, hello? Anybody hear me? And he's like, yeah. Who's this? He's like, good. Glad I caught you, my good man. Is this Danny Phantom? And is this Danny Phantom? And he's like, Danny's already like, who wants to know? And and that's when he hears the voice go, Alistair, my boy, I am here because I am in need of a favor of you. And he's like, I don't do favors with people who know who I am. So why don't we have a little, tit for tat, so to speak, and you tell me about yourself. Like, tell me who you are and what you want, and I'll help you. Oh, it's not what I want, my good boy. It's what one of my associates wants. And he's like, well, who's your associate? And that's when he hears another voice on the radio go, yeah, that'd be me. So it's Husk. So Husk basically explains that he needs help, and he's asked Alistair to, like, throw him a bone, and Alistair, feeling in a good mood, he's just like, hey, I'll just let you have this. And what that is that the reason why Husk needs Danny's help is because one of his enemies stole an object from Husk's life, when he was alive and not in hell. That was his favorite deck. Basically his favorite card deck that he used when he was gambling when he was alive. So basically, Husk explains that, like, look, if you get an object from someone in the living world, if you take someone's object and use it for, like, arcane stuff, then they have control over your body. And the only reason Al's let me do this is because Al has property over him. Let's just say Al has dibs on my soul, so he's gonna let me have this one and get, I'm his property. And he's like, where are you guys calling from? Oh, hell. So I'm helping demons. He's like, well, you're helping someone, ain't you a superhero? And Danny's like, fucking okay. How do I, contact you guys? And they're like, we'll contact you. We'll call you. So, Danny's like, oh, fuck me. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. So Danny then gets a portal open up right behind him, and Husk, Alistair, and Nifty appear. And Alistair's like, Danny Phantom. You know how popular you are in the afterlife? I thought I'd be infamous. Oh, you're totally... Everyone fucking hates you in the ghost zone. But in heaven and hell, oh, my boy, they really are gambling for your soul. And he's like, what? And Alistair basically explains, oh yeah, you're a superhero. And when you die, and trust me, you will die one day, your soul is going to be very important, because heaven and hell are going to try to gamble, or going to try everything in their power to get you on their side, because they need powerful soldiers in the war between heaven and hell. So to stockpile your soul for Armageddon is like, it would be like having a nuclear missile. How cool is that? But we're not here. And Danny's like, cool. So you guys will basically, when I die, Al Simmons me. Wonderful. But Alistair points out, yes, but we're not here for me. We're not even here for you. We're here for Husker over here. And Husk explains, how you doing? So Husk reveals that he lost his deck in Amity Park back in the 60s, months before he died. He lost his card deck, and now someone else has it. Like, someone has it and could possibly do damage to him. And it's not just him. Whoever it is has been stealing objects from damned souls. Like, basically taking, and it's not everyone from the hotel. It's basically random demons throughout hell that have had their, like, being enslaved by whoever is doing this. They only caught on because they found Husk's deck was taken. So that's how they only found out. And yeah. So Danny's like, alright, so you want me to help you find the guy who did it, but we're not killing him. And Alistair's like, well, let's see about that. So Danny teams up with the three of them, and Nifty's already while this has been going on, Nifty's been cleaning the house furiously and just be like, filthy, 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 it's all filthy. Do you guys have roaches? I like to stab them in front of their children. Keep her on a leash, please. So Danny calls Sam and Tucker, and he's like, hey guys, I'm going to be doing some solo stuff tonight. I have some guests out of town I have to entertain. So the four of them go out and search, and Danny asks, like, okay, well, where would you, if you knew where your thing was, like your deck of cards was, where do you think that would be? Like, do you have like a idea of where that might fall to? And Husk is like, well, the last place I remember having it was at an old bar, an old veterans bar, because if I remember right, Husk was killed in Vietnam. And he's like, it was like a soldier's bar out in the boonies of Amity Park. I don't know if it's still there or not, but that's the last place I remember it. And he's like, what's the bar's name? And he's like, it was called Semper Fi. He's like, oh yeah, I know that place. Come on, let's go. So they go there, and the four of them walk in, and Danny's ghost sense goes off immediately, and Alistair's already ready for a fight, and he's already like, ooh, who could be trying to challenge us? And that's when Husker suddenly turns on them. Like, Husk actually attacks them, and like, he's already looks fucked up. It's not just him, like, other demons appear, and and that's when it's revealed who it is. And it's Freak Show. Freak Show, who's lost the reality gauntlet and everything else. He's basically now building a demon army out of these cursed objects. And he's basically been going around collecting demon objects for a demon army. And the only reason Danny's ghost sense went off, because he's not a ghost, is because he has Lydia, the tattoo ghost, with him too. So Danny, Alistair, even Nifty gets in the fight. But the thing is like, are these guys your friends? Alistair's like, oh no, these are just ruffians. We can kill them. He's like, no killing. They're already dead, boy. You can cut loose. And that's when Danny has that moment of, huh, I can cut loose here. They're not alive. They're already dead. So Danny just goes all out. Like, he is just blasting his way. And that's when Freak Show realizes, oh fuck, I forgot he does like Danny's actually cutting loose. And Alistair, if only I could find Alistair, if only I could find something of Alistair's. But at least I have your servant who you won't kill. And Alistair's like, yeah, you don't know me. So Alistair's actually about to kill Husk, the mind-controlled Husk when Nifty, like, stops him. He's like, please, Al, don't kill him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's, like, holding on to his leg and, like, giving him a puppy dog eye. And he's just like, very well. It's a shame, though, so-called Freak Show, that you had to go and take one of my toys. Now I have to fucking kill you. But Danny jumps in and is like, no, we're not killing him. You know, we're gonna take back we're gonna take back the item. You know, we're gonna take back Husk's playing deck. And that's when they get attacked by Husk again and the other demons. And by that point, Danny's like, enough, and just unleashes this ectodome of energy, blasting everyone away. He actually grabs Freak Show and dumps all the items out of his jacket, because that's where he's been holding them. And the demons, including Husk, are freed from the control, and they all look at Freak Show, and he's like, "You're gonna save me, right? Right, Danny? Like, right, Daniel? You're gonna save me, right?" And he's like, you know, I already know where you're gonna end up. And you've done a lot of shit to me. So, I'm not gonna let them kill you, but I'm not gonna save you either. So, because Danny is already like, look, here's the thing. Like, he has that moment of, he's gonna come back as a ghost. Either way. Like, he could grow old and, he's gonna grow old and die and be a ghost, or maybe he'll go to hell. I'm just, Danny has this Frank Castle moment, where he's just like, you know, you're just gonna, I know you're, it's not like I'm gonna run into you again, so, you know what, Al? He's all yours. And, yeah, Alistair's just, like, all the other demons are about to, like, encircle, Freak Show, but then Alistair's like, he's mine, and just grabs him, and then he gets dragged to hell. But as a sign of, like, thank you, Alistair leaves, like, a thank you gift for Danny. And that thank you gift is a special radio that will let him talk to everyone in hell. Like, basically let them talk to talk to people in hell, and, like, if you need me and if you need anyone, call us and we'll be there. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much the Danny Phantom Hazbin Hotel remaster. I want to thank Luke Morehouse for this Patreon request, as well as continued patronage. This was a lot of fun to do. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in Multiverse.